I'm Brian from B.A.Cons, and we're here at the Spirit Convention in Layton, Utah, the Davis Convention Center, and we're going to introduce, you go ahead and say your name, I know I'm going to mess it up.
Venetia Bella.
There you go. So what do you do, Venetia? Venetia Bella, what do you do for the convention here today? What are you doing?
I'm a numinous healer. Numinous is something that I received, I'm a conduit, and I received the idea that there needed to be a new ancient technique. And I followed that around for about 4 years and perfected the craft the best I could. And I had no idea what it was going to be called, and so I couldn't practice. And I had a dream, and I was practicing on a gentleman, and he asked me how long I had been practicing Reiki. And I said, this isn't Reiki that you're receiving, it's numinous. And when I woke up, I had no idea that the word existed. And when I woke up, I looked it up, and sure enough, it does. And it means the heightened energetic of spirituality, a keen sense in energetic vibration, an ancient landmark.
I've never heard of numinous. That's pretty interesting, actually, because I've heard of Reiki, but I've never heard of numinous. So if somebody was to come to you, what's the kind of things that you would do for the healing purposes and things like that, or the spiritual purposes of numinous? What do you do? What's the process?
Well, it's a 5-part series.
Okay.
It's a 5-part series. You can receive the healing experience, but to receive the healing experience in its entirety, it's a 5-part series. And so the way I've developed it is Universe All, Unify, FYI, which is for your information.
Right.
And then Unified. You become unified, and a unification of what that means is universe isn't just cosmos and planetary stuff. Universe is broke up into 2, and so uni means to turn from, verse means toward more worth.
Okay.
So to have a universal connection, what that means is you have developed the understanding that life develops a atmosphere. And what we know about planetary atmosphere is it's the most challenging part to get through, the space travel. Well, we have an atmosphere here. And so what I do is I open you up and I bring you down into your own intergalactic soul.
Okay.
Your intergalactic solar system. Because that's where we manifest from, not out here.
Like our cosmic selves.
Our cosmic selves,
Okay.
That's right. And so when you're able to really become universal, you become whole. You become that universe being.
Okay.
That we're not separate. We are everything out here, everything in here.
Wow.
And so then what I do is Universe City. Is you receive your unification from whatever universe city you're in, one city at a time.
So you're breaking it down from large to smaller to more. Sounds like it's more from the large aspect to the inner, smaller aspects of yourself.
That's right.
And then making it better.
Right. Well, right. Yeah. So universal, uni is you and I. So you have that you and I connection. Verse, you become a conduit where you're hearing your own story direct from that greater source.
Wow, that's something new. I'm just experienced for the first time today. So that's really awesome. We'll definitely get this up on the YouTube. So look for us, and we're going to look for you, obviously, on there. Is there anything you want to put out to the people right now that would be on the video?
Well, absolutely. Everyone needs a universal connection and embodiment, and Numinous Guide and Healing Series is a great way to do that.
All right, well, I appreciate your time today, and I hope you have a great convention.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, I'm Brian from B.A.Cons. Peace. All right, we are here with Connor at Spirit.Con. Connor, tell us what you're holding in your hand.
So a lot of people call it Organite. It's copyrighted, so I just call it integrated light technology. And I've developed off the platform of Organite, which consists of resin and metals, which is an inorganic and organic material layering matrix. And it's developed from the early 1900s of Wilhelm Reich and Carl Wells. If you want to look up some of their research, they've done quite a significant amount, as well as other technologies they've developed. But what these do, and what these are developed for, is they found that layering the inorganic and organic material matrix together, it accumulates both positive life force and negative life force energy at the same time, and it goes back and forth in between each other, and it decapsulates the negative life force energy. So negative life force energy is basically the vital life force energy that we all have access to, but when that gets encapsulated into a rigid form, it limits our access to it. And so what these devices do is it takes that in and it cleanses and decapsulates the life force energy, so it's abundant and free flowing for us to have access to again. There's also studies shown that it helps protect against EMF and RF radiation, which is like cell phones, computers, Wi-Fi, microwaves, all those harmful radiations.
And that would be handy in pretty much every household.
Right, definitely. And so I do custom ones, as this one's a new design that I just came out with. It has a Merkaba star tetrahedron with the sigil of Metatron in there, and some superconducting coils. I use the pyramids because they're proven to be the most powerful vortex for a geometric shape. And so I work with the energies of the pyramids as well to be as an amplifier or a generator in that case. So.
All right. And Connor, where can we find these if they didn't make it to Spirit.Con this year?
You can find these on my website at spiritelevations.com, or you can also go to spiritelevations.etsy.com. That's my Etsy shop. It's a little more easy to navigate, but you can find them on both platforms.
Okay, and we'll have both of those links in the description below. Connor, thank you for coming on today and sharing the information about these pyramids that you make. They're very artistic and actually quite beautiful.
Thank you.
Everybody needs to take a look at these. They're fascinating.
Appreciate you. I'm glad you guys had me. I'm grateful to be here.
All right. Well, thank you. Aaron, coming at you from Spirit.Con. Peace. Yeah. I'm Brian from B.A.Cons, and we're here with Beto. And Beto, what are we doing here at the Spirit.Con? What are you guys up to today?
Well, I'm actually one of the speakers here at Spirit.Con, and I have a booth. I am promoting my school, Transpersonal Magic. We're launching a School of Magic next year, first day of Aries 2019. And I am here teaching a class on Rhoda, which is alchemal tarot, and I'm also teaching a class on photonics, which is an energy medicine. So I teach at 2 and 4 today.
Oh, wow. So I heard alchematamo is what you said. Is that like alchemy, or like what is that?
Alchemal tarot. For those that know the tarot, there's a few different versions that you could work with. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different card decks, but there's really just a few different versions as far as how they're laid out. Mm-hmm. And on the Golden Dawn, they actually laid out what I would consider the alchemal tarot at one particular time. They included astrology, they included all the planets, and the diagramography for it changed quite a bit at that point. Rider-Waite's kind of the deck that everyone's familiar with. At least most people get that deck, or at least are most familiar with that one. And that's based on the same principles as well as the thought deck. So a lot of decks are based on it, and I'm here teaching how to actually understand it and read it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because we're new to these kind of cons, so it's good to learn and figure out what we're going to do. So what about your school? You said you're going to do a magic school. Yeah. How does that work, and how do you enroll, and where do we got to contact to get something like this if somebody wants to attend?
Sure. Yeah, it's transpersonalmagic.com, and you can get a hold of us through Facebook. The links are on there, and we enroll starting next year. We've been working on this for over a decade, and yeah, so lots of material. So we're talking hundreds and hundreds of hours of material that we're going to have on the school, and 2 of the classes I'm teaching are actually part of that here today, and so that's how you get a hold of us. Is you can just jump on the site, get onto Facebook, but it's for anyone that's traditionally worked in Hermetic magic, right? We kind of follow along the same vein, but we bring a lot of the more current scientific aspects with quantum mechanics and a lot of the actual biophysics theories in it. So kind of a modern version of what magic's been for thousands of years.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you. I hope the school gets up and running, and we can't wait to see you here today speaking to everybody.
Awesome.
And I'm Brian. This is Beto.
Yep.
And we're from B.A.Cons. Have a good one.
Thanks.
Peace.
All right, coming back at you from Spirit Con in Layton, Utah. I'm here with Jessie. Now, she pretty much put this whole thing together, we're told. So, Jessie, how was that experience for you?
It's been really awesome. We've learned a lot. I get a lot of people together, and we try and put them into the best positions to get the best outcome. So I love to expand. I really do. I love to improve on myself. I love to improve on my business, everything that I do and get involved in. And so my husband and I had been discussing for a long time what was the next step that needed to happen in the local spiritual pagan communities. Didn't know quite what that was, and had discussed a number of different ideas, different pagan type festivals, it just wasn't quite it. And Kara had gone to another convention, and she's like, we could do this. We really could put this together. And I said, you are right. And we took it and we ran. And we grabbed a couple of our friends, a couple of our associates that were from different types of groups, and we just pulled everybody. My husband's really good with media. We did somebody that's really good with information, and just put everybody into their best spot, and we just ran with it. And we've just been running since August, actually. It was really funny because, of course, you go online and look for the different how-tos. What should I look for when I do my first convention? Absolutely all of them say never do it in less than a year. In fact, you should take 2 years, maybe even up to 5 years before you do your first convention. And we went, we'll do it in 9 months. It'll be okay. We'll figure it out.
As a YouTube channel that covers conventions exclusively, we could tell you that a rushed convention is
it's hard to do.
It actually turns out pretty bad.
Yeah, it really can. So everything has really fallen together. We've had a number of roadblocks come up, and something has just come up and completely wiped it out of the way. We had somebody who had told us that they would build a website for us, and that fell apart, and we had somebody step in and was awesome, and he's like, oh yeah, I have a team, we'll get it knocked out in a week. And he did, and we had an awesome website put up. And that went through for absolutely everything that came up. It just one thing after another. We had somebody contact us. Some of them couldn't even remember where they had seen our contact information for this because, of course, it's brand new. We haven't made the connections. It's hard to, even if you blow up every group you have, you're still not hitting all of the groups, all of the people, getting the word out there. It's hard to connect with them all, but we've still made a lot of connections and just gotten word out just like it needed to happen.
Well, that's pretty fantastic. I see you have a lot of different people, a very diverse crowd.
Yeah.
It's very well done. Is this going to be happening? Is this going to be an annual thing that people
Yes.
can come to next year?
Yes, it will. And next year, one of our biggest hiccups was even booking out in August. The only weekend that we had available was Easter weekend, which has been a bit of a hiccup for us. But yes, this is going to be yearly, just not on Easter weekend anymore.
All right, you guys heard it. If you guys didn't make it or hear about it this first time around, that's fine. Check them out next year. They will be here, maybe here at the
Yes, we should be here at Davis.
At the Davis Convention Center in Layton, Utah. Check them out next year. We'll post their website in the description below.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Peace.
Awesome.